So now to our Wapakoneta News as part of our Town series. The new income tax levy and the Riverscape project are some of the things Wapakoneta has been working on.
And Leslie Moreno spoke to the Wapakoneta mayor and tells us more about where they're at in that process.
Citizens showed a lot of support for the 0.5% income tax increase in Tuesday's primary. And although the city won't start collecting that income tax until 2018, Wapakoneta Mayor Tom Steinbaugh tells us what the next step is.
What we will be doing is putting a list of roads together, both those that can be just stripped and recoated, and those that have to have the full depth reconstruction. So when 2018 rolls around, we'll be ready to go.
And the $2 million Riverscape project funded by the state of Ohio is also moving forward.
We're on top of as far as what we need to do on our end so that we'll be ready to go when the state does actually release the money for us to spend.
Although the city still has some work to do, according to reorder.com, Wapakoneta is ranked number 9 best smallest town in the United States.
We can still improve, but you know, they put us number 9 on the list for a reason. So you know, we love Wapakoneta. We're glad to be here, and we're going to make it better yet. So maybe next year we'll be number 1.
In Wapakoneta, Leslie Moreno, your news now.
Thank you, Leslie. Business is good in Wapakoneta, and the Wapakoneta Area Economic Development Council is working hard to make sure it stays that way. When Golden Fresh Farms announced they would be putting a multi-million-dollar greenhouse in the job-ready site on the south side of Wapak, local officials were thrilled. Now the produce grown in the 20-acre greenhouse is exceeding expectations, and Golden Fresh Farms is ready to expand their operations.
Fresh has been highly successful. The first harvest of tomatoes in the first greenhouse has been greater than they expected. You know, everything's going really, really well, and they're planning to expand this year. Second greenhouse, not quite as large as this one. It will probably be about 13 acres under glass rather than 20, and it will likely either be cucumbers or peppers.
Meyer says they're meeting with a company that could be a companion to Golden Fresh, and they're working on a couple of new retail projects that could be ready to announce soon.
In downtown Wapakoneta, there's never a lack of new things to find for shoppers.
Katie Hongiford was recently in the shops downtown. And Katie, is there a lot of variety in what visitors can find there?
There is quite a bit of variety in the different stores in downtown Wapakoneta, everything from clothes to furniture. I spoke with some of the store owners to see what it's like to be part of the downtown scene and how welcoming they are to not only visitors, but to new businesses too. Walking down the street of downtown Wapakoneta is an experience that you can't really find anywhere else. From toys to antiques, the shops in downtown Wapakoneta are something truly unique. There's something different for everyone to enjoy, like in Casa Chic, which specializes in home and garden decor.
You can just do a one-stop shopping and just shop the downtown just like they used to in the past and enjoy the great experience when you come to downtown Wapak.
And for those interested in model trains and remote-controlled vehicles, Dad's Toy Shop has been a part of the downtown scene for some time.
We've been downtown Wapakoneta now since 1985 at this location and was down by the railroad tracks since 1975. So we've been here a long time. I enjoy the downtown area and just everybody that's coming in and looking at what's available, especially in the little town of Wapakoneta, Ohio.
With all of the different options in stores, it might seem as though new businesses could be seen as a potential loss of business. But Wapakoneta's downtown businesses welcome in those new locations with open arms.
If you look at our downtown Wapak and you look at the very few empty stores, there's only a couple of them empty, that shows how we like new businesses downtown. And when we all work together, we're not competing against each other. We're not taking the customers.
We welcome people in, we encourage them, we mentor them, we try to help them as much as possible. And it really does help us because we feel like they're a compliment to the downtown when a new shop opens, as opposed to a hindrance for us that is going to take away our customers, because we found out it really does not. It helps all of us in the long run.
So next time you're in downtown Wapakoneta, take a walk down the street and take a look at all of the different opportunities that downtown has to offer. In the studio, Katie Hongiford, your news now.
Thanks, Katie. You've heard the old saying, change is good, but for 2 longtime businesses operating out of downtown Wapakoneta, change is great and has made all the difference to their longevity. Here's Alexandria Chapin with that story.
The sign outside the door of G.A. Windsor & Son says it all. Established in 1848, making the company not only the longest-running company in Wapakoneta, but Auglaize County as well. What started as a business tanning cowhides to make leather, the company moved into rendering animal byproducts from local meat processors. For 6 generations, the Windsor family has always worked to maintain the work ethic of family members and employees that came before them, while looking at new ideas to grow their company.
Basically, how we've made it this long is we've always been able to evolve. You know, we started off tanning, and then we made leather goods, and then there was a time there where we didn't do any of that, and we actually just brokered hides, and then we went into a rendering, and now we're still rendering, but you know, we do a lot with the poultry industry in this area, which is huge in our area, actually.
While business focus has changed over the past 169 years, there's one thing that has remained a constant: their commitment to downtown Wapakoneta.
The reason we've always wanted to stay downtown is because it keeps us involved in the community, being in the heart of the downtown area.
3 blocks east on Auglaize Street, and there's a company that's been a fixture of downtown Wapakoneta for nearly a century. The Telephone Service Company, or TSC, has been around for over 120 years, but has had their main operations at the corner of Auglaize and Willoughby Streets since 1921. It's the evolution of the independent telephone company to move beyond telephone landlines to internet and cable TV that's kept the business thriving into the future.
You know, a business has to change, so we try to talk about change a lot and preach about change a lot. We have the evolution of becoming a broadband company, and so that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we're trying to position ourselves as the broadband provider.
Being a fixture in downtown gives TSC a chance to see the positive future for that area.
My office faces Auglaize Street, so I get to see a lot of people walking up and down the street, and I can see the activity that's going on, and it's real encouraging. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of optimism as well for downtown Wapakoneta.
G.A. Windsor & Son and TSC have nearly 3 centuries of business experience combined and provide inspiration for success for new companies in Wapakoneta. For Your News Now, I'm Alexandria Chapin.
When we return to our town, Wapakoneta, we'll learn more about the Party in the Park, a well-attended event spanning the summer in Wapak.
And with this being the National Day of Prayer, we will take you to a local observance of the event and hear from the Greater Wapakoneta Ministerial Association.
And it's time for a fun fact about Wapakoneta. Did you know that Oscar history was made by a Wapakoneta native? Screenwriter Dudley Nichols won the Academy Award for the 1935 movie The Informer, but he refused to accept the award because the Screenwriters Guild, which he was a founder of, and the Academy of Motion Pictures, who hands out the Oscars, were at odds. He was the first person to refuse an Oscar, but Nichols did pick up his award 2 years later when the differences were worked out. And that was a fun fact about Wapakoneta. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our town, Wapakoneta. The Greater Wapakoneta Ministerial Association hosted a prayer service today at St. Paul United Church of Christ for the National Day of Prayer.
Members of St. Paul UCC celebrating the 66th annual national observance by coming together to raise their prayers to God. The Wapakoneta community prayed for the government, military members, media, family members, and more. Reverend of St. Paul UCC, Becky Sunday, says it's a good way for everyone to pray for the community and their personal needs as well.
I think it's a wonderful time for people to be together, to lift our common prayers. It's something that I hope will go on for a very long time into the future.
Auglaize County Sheriff Al Solomon says it's a good way for the law enforcement community to come together and to be a part of something positive like the National Day of Prayer.
With all the negativity in the world right now, this is something that we can grow from and enjoy for a little bit.
And the National Day of Prayer was created in 1952, and it's an annual celebration held on the first Thursday of May.
Summer is just around the corner, and the Wapakoneta Chamber of Commerce is ready to entertain the crowds with a series of free concerts. The Party in the Parkway and the Family Summer Concert Series are getting ready to gear up for another season. The concert series is put on by the Chamber's Tourism Committee and is a great way to bring the community together while supporting some local organizations.
It's a great opportunity to be in our beautiful town, just kind of fellowshipping with one another and having, unity in our downtown. If you haven't been to downtown Wapakoneta lately, it is a place to be together, hang together, and just to unite. It's a great time. Good music, good fellowship.
The Party in the Parkway kicks off on May 26th with the Staples, and then they'll have 3 more bands hit the stage in the month of June. The Party in the Parkway runs from 7 to 10:30 on Friday nights. Then on 2 Sundays in June, the Family Summer Concert Series will be entertaining the crowd in Heritage Park, located behind the downtown. For more information about these events, you can log on to wapakoneta.com.